Hello and welcome, dear viewer, to GGvision with me, Sebastian, on this Wednesday, the 16th of February. It's been a week since I've done one of these face episodes, but of course you haven't been without GGvision content. I do hope that you enjoyed the Gin Rotor review that I put up last week. It has been receiving a lot of good attention, and I personally think that Jinro offered a lot of insight into the most epic StarCraft 2 thing on Earth that there is, namely the GSL, the upcoming GSL March, the recently concluded GSL Team League, and of course the new maps out there. For anyone who hasn't watched it, do head over and do so if you're a Jinro fan. I think it's quite solid. And speaking of Jinro, GomTV has been nice to release a list of the richest players in their tournament based on global winnings, not only the GSL tournaments, to see just how much money they've made playing StarCraft 2. And looking at that list, we'd see that I Am Nesty is leading the board with roughly 100,000 sweet US dollars, followed closely by TSL Fruit Dealer, almost 95, thereafter OGS MC, 93,000 or so. Then there's a big drop down to Marine King, who's only got just north of 50k. Then it goes on down to, of course, our man Liquid Jinro at 9th place, having earned almost $20,000 so far. Not bad, Jinro. Of course, that is only a small teaser of things that are to come, I'm sure. Still, it's quite nice to see, especially as GomTV has been nice enough to include other tournaments, such as Major League Gaming events and DreamHack and Intel Extreme Masters. It's nice to see that you can make a living as a pro gamer, but of course there are more interesting ways of doing so beyond just prize money, but we'll talk about that in a second. Because we of course need to dwell on the fact that the Assembly LAN was concluded in Helsinki, Finland last weekend, and if you've been living under a rock, well, too bad, because I'm spoiling it all right here and now. Liquid Red won the whole thing in a quite climactic final against Swedish player Morrow that I've interviewed previously on this show actually, and it was nothing less than quite spectacular, and the entire event game-wise, in terms of skill shown and everything, I think was very solid, very entertaining, and I actually don't know where and in what form these commentated videos have hit YouTube yet. It's probably available on one of the streams, but in my honest opinion there are better commentators out there, and I look forward to seeing them publish their coverage of the Assembly Finals and many other games, like TLO versus Morrow comes to mind. There was an epic cannon rush there that needs to be casted. So, viewer out there, if you could please tell me in the comments, and all the others, where we can find good commentary of the Assembly highlights. Please share, and I'll add them into the description and the annotation. Kick off on the 22nd of February, interestingly, I'm pretty sure, and he'll be in the Code A, of course, and trying to advance into Code S. Cheers, Red, I just need some more tea. Stimpacked. And it's great to see that he showed that skill, and that Liquid overall managed to fare really well. I'll be bringing you an interview with Liquid Red very soon, so do stay tuned. Now, I've already mentioned MLG, Major League Gaming, and they of course brought some of the best StarCraft 2 outside of Korea in 2010. And that was just the prequel of what's gonna happen. I talked to JP McDaniel a couple of weeks back in December. It's a bit more than a few weeks, but he of course is closely associated with MLG, and he told us that we can expect nothing but great things, and it seems that is very much the case. April 1st to the 3rd, I believe, it will kick off in Dallas, though in another convention center this time. In total there will be $1 million in the prize pool. However, only 14k or so of that will actually be awarded to StarCraft 2, but still, the StarCraft 2 section, which at the previous MLG events were not ideally suited for neither players nor the audience, that has been improved as far as I can understand, and For those of you who can and want to go there, it should be a really cool event to attend as a spectator as well. And I'm sure we'll see the entire international StarCraft 2 elite gather around this tournament once again in April. Day 9 is casting, I was told, and I had the pleasure of seeing him do that at DreamHack, and well, it just makes the game come alive. So we're looking forward to that. Now, of course, another thing that is very much going on in the community right now is the new map pool. Blizzard have released new test maps that I'm sure are bound to hit Battle.net soon. But more interestingly are the maps made by GOM TV. Now, I mentioned this in several broadcasts, and of course I did an interview with Master League player and well-known StarCraft Redditor, Wakwa, or also known as Steve, since I can't really pronounce his nickname still. Sorry, Steve. I love you still, though. And you should all really check out that interview, that broadcast, with lots of illustrated gameplay and graphics if you're interested in the new maps. And you really should be, because these maps are better than the ones we have right now, with perhaps the exception of Xel'Naga Caverns and Metalopolis, which are up there. But especially like Crevasse, Teldarim Altar, and Terminus Re, where we saw such a climactic game in the final series of the GSL Team League, with Startail Squirtle in one corner and I am MVP in the other on Terminus Re, and there, well, it was just magical. 2 motherships deployed, 30-minute plus macro game. That map is just such a good basis for the very best thing StarCraft 2 can give us. So maps, that's really what it's all about. Jinro talks a lot about them as well in that interview. So do check out that Wekwef interview. And Anaris StarCraft, YouTube caster deluxe and a super dude in his own right, is currently holding a GSL map contest. You should all head over to his channel and watch out the information video, but in short, he wants an epic, awesome game to cast on any of these maps. And there's a little bit of a contest going on, so do check that out. New maps is where it's at, people. Moving on to other awesome things. I'm sure you're all familiar with the gaming peripherals company Razer, who makes great mice, keyboards, mouse mats, headphones, and other things suited ideally for gamers. Now, they have recently announced that they have now tied Slayer's Boxer, Limyo 1, the Terran Emperor, and StarCraft celebrity like none other to their brand. He will now be promoting Razer. Now, what's so exciting about that, apart from the fact that it makes Boxer even richer? Well, it might make you more inclined to buy a Razer product. I know that I'm susceptible to such things. Why do I bring this up? Well, I'm saying this because I predict, and I say this with some certainty because I know a few things that I'm not really at liberty to tell, we will see more of this in the future. Because just say that you are perhaps a well-known StarCraft 2 pro gamer based in Europe, maybe even Germany, and you want to embark upon a new endeavor, which means setting up something costly with a lot of potential that will involve playing StarCraft 2 together with others of the same pro gamer caliber together in a different country. And that will take a lot of investment, but it will also be a great source of joy and competitive play, and it will bring people together and be an asset for the community as well as for the pursuit of achieving higher skill. Now, if you want to do that, you need some money, you need a solid income, and maybe you should tie yourself to a well-known brand that your fans and viewers and audience also appreciate, and you can make things come together. Strike a deal, such as the one Boxer is now down with Razer, and opportunities for expanding esports, they just multiply. Catch my drift? Well, we'll just have to see what happens, but this is just one example of what we'll see in 2011. Pro gamers and esports stars finding new ways of making more money and giving back by earning more money, establishing new infrastructure that we have yet to see that will further the subculture that we're all a part of even more. So don't fret, don't see this as selling out, see this as buying opportunity. Now that's all that matters to me this Wednesday, dear viewer. I'd like to do 2 more things. I want you yes, you, to check out GG Rated later today at 9 o'clock Central European Time. That's 8 o'clock GMT. It should be mid-afternoon US East Coast and lunch or before then on the West Coast. Something like that. And then there will be a stream on ggrated.net, me together with StarCraft 2 commentator X-Hydra X and Super Dude Jonathan Janevsky. We will be talking, as we've already done in our beta test episode, about everything that's going on in the StarCraft 2 universe. You will enjoy it. It will be a live stream. It will be very illustrative. It will be well worth tuning into. Check out ggrated.net. It will happen once every week, and I dare say it's worth your time. Now, before I go, another thing. A week ago, in the Wednesday episode of GGvision, I asked you guys to give me advice on TV series to watch, and you came with such great advice. I now have more to watch than I do have time, and that's a great thing. So I like to continue to tap your excellent brains on another similar question, because series are good, but so are movies. And I'm quite versatile in my tastes. I can watch Iron Man and enjoy it, as much as I can watch Black Swan and enjoy it. And not just because of Natalie Portman's practically naked body, but because of the deeper cultural values as well. So I'm just asking you, what kind of good movies, epic, dramatic, comedic, deep and meaningful do we look forward to during 2011? Do we think Thor will just kick ass or just be too bad to even bother about? How about the new Pirates of the Caribbean? And what sort of indie films out there are you looking forward to? I want you to share your top 5 with me and the other viewers and tell us all why your list kicks ass. So, your movies? Check out ggrated.net and all the other things I've been talking about. Alright, I'm gonna round this off now. Thank you all for watching. This is GGvision. I'm Sebastian Hoberg. GG and out.
On Joshy's YouTube channel, I played against a Terran called Red Alert, who has spent time in the North America Top 200. So he's a worthy foe. So anyway, Lost Temple, they've done a few changes to it. They've taken out the cliff. The island is no longer an island. It just has rocks blocking it, and